Okay. So let me see if I can hide everything that's happening because I don't want to be distracted. Okay. So, I'm not much fond of live things. I don't really like them. They make me nervous. I don't really like live things, honestly. When people post live videos, I try my best not to watch them, honestly, because I usually don't really like, because I hate when people, like, when you can see who's watching, and I don't want people to see that I'm watching, because I just don't. So, anyways, if this was completely up to me, I wouldn't be doing it, but I'm trying to be obedient, and hence I thought the whole, like, video effect would be kind of fun, because, I don't really like live videos. But anyways, I just really feel like God is wanting me to do this, so I'm going to do it. There was a prophecy spoken over me many years ago. Probably I was about 13 or 14 years old at the time. And it was spoken over to me in Gainesville, Florida, when there was that big revival that happened. I was trying to think of what had happened, and it was probably 15 years ago, so I don't know if any of y'all really remember this revival that was happening in Gainesville, Florida, and really in other places around the world, I don't know if it was the world, I know it was America. They had crazy things happening, like the gold dust and the gems appearing and everything. Anyways, we went to see it. And I went with one of my childhood, early teenage friends, was a well-known Christian author and speaker, and she went with us, and she took us there. And while we were there, I had my first supernatural encounter, and I had, they were going around and, like, putting their hands on everybody and, like, passing the fire along, and they came to me, and he, like, hit me on the head or whatever, and I had my first supernatural encounter where my hands and my lips were tingling. Like, they got really hot and they were tingling. And this was the very first time anything like this had ever happened to me. So I told the lady that took us, I told her about my experience, and I was like, this is what happened when he touched me on the head with spirit, kind of thing. And she told me that that had also happened to her at the start of her writing and speaking career. So she was saying that God was just blessing me and bringing me into this writing and speaking. And to me, that was terrifying, because I was 13 or 14 at the time, and that was not on my radar anywhere. And so, and I'm in my closet, by the way, because my daughter is following me around, and I'm trying to get some peace and quiet. So this is my only quiet spot, is in my closet. But anyways, after she kind of spoke that over to me, I kind of forgot about it over the years, and it did kind of reoccur a few times over the years, the whole speaking and writing thing, and so I wasn't really paying attention to it. But this last year, it really started to come alive again, and I was really, I basically told God, I was like, you need to give me a sign that this is what you want me to do, because this is not on my radar. Like, I have no intention of becoming some crazy speaker woman, and but he just kept bringing it up, and I really prayed about it and was like, all right, you're gonna have to give me a solid concrete, like, this is what I want you to do. So I prayed about it, and the next day I just kind of Googled something online about women speaker, Christian speaking, and the very first thing it said was, if you feel God calling you to write and speak, sometimes it's hard to know where to start here. And I was like, verbatim answered my question, and I was like, okay, Jesus, like, if this is what you want me to do, then I will do it. So plus over the past, I don't know how many years, he's been, like, laying things on my heart to speak about, and I've been writing them in different journals. So I have different journals, like filled with pages of topics of things that I had no intention of really using. It was just kind of like things that he placed on my heart that I would write down. But over the past, oh no, it's been a long time. And I'm going to try not to ramble forever and ever and ever, but I do want y'all to just know where I'm coming from with this new journey that I'm about to embark on. I got back from the World Race in 2013. And for those of you who don't know what the World Race is, it's an 11-month mission trip to 11 countries, and it's very, very intense mission immersive thing that you do, but it's also super intense about like character building. They're very intentional about diving into your person and speaking life into you and making you realize who you were created to be. And so after being in this super intense Christian environment, like boot camp for 11 months, I got back to America, and I just kind of was so spiritually exhausted after being on this high for a month, or a year basically. And so I just kind of was like, all right, I need to take a break from this intense thing that I've been doing. And so this break turned into, not engaging, not being purposeful, not being intentional, and it turned into a very long break. I was talking to my brother the other day, and I had no idea how long this break had turned into be, but it turns out that was in 2013. So I've been on a spiritual break for like 7 years, and when I realized that, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do something about this. So that's kind of when I started pressing in, and he started reminding me of this prophecy that was spoken over me. And anyways, so he has confirmed it several different times over the years, and especially over the last year, that this is what he wants me to be doing. And so I have been neglecting it. But anyways, all that to say, I am going to be starting to be more intentional. And I would like to start doing some type of video thing. I don't think it's going to be live every time because I really can't handle the nerve of it. It makes me really nervous. So I think I'm going to probably film some videos and splice them together and make them nice and professional looking before I post them out into the world. But I just wanted to be really honest with y'all of where I'm coming from and how I haven't been super engaged over the last few years, but I really want to be purposeful about coming back. And I've been trying in different ways to do that, but it has been challenging for me because I'm very easily addicted to Netflix and Hulu. And so it's like I binge watch things like crazy, and I am also busy. I have a full-time job, and I have a toddler, or she's 3 now, and she runs around. But those are all excuses, I realize that. But I can always find something like really fun and entertaining to do other than sit down and journal or read my Bible. So I'm trying to be more intentional about those things because I really feel like this is going to be a part of my life, and I need to be more intentional. But when he started, I just wanted to be honest and upfront about this from the beginning. When he started telling me that he wanted me to speak, I was like, God, I have not talked to you for 7 years. I spent a lot of intentional time with you over the past 7 years. I'm not qualified. I've never been to any kind of seminary. I've never been to speaking things. I don't know why people would even listen to me. But he just kind of reminded me of Paul and how Saul was crazy mass murderer of Christians, and he turned him into this crazy Jesus person. So, anyways, and then Matthew and all the disciples really, who were not qualified and didn't go to seminary, and he just picked them up and was like, you do this thing for me. And I think that's very encouraging for me, that I don't have to be perfect, and I am not perfect. I tell you straight up, I'm not perfect. And anyways, I just wanted to initiate this thing because I was gonna wait until I moved into my house and had a professional backdrop and put together a website. But that's not happening. So eventually I want to do those things, but for now I'm just gonna get this baby rolling and just be upfront and honest with you guys about this, because I'm not in an awesome place with him currently. I'd like to be, but I'm not. I'm working on it. And But all the things that he has placed on my heart to share over the last several years, or decades of my life, I've written them down, and they are all things that I have personally been through, because I've felt that he really wanted me to use my testimony to talk to people. And so they're things that I have walked through, and I want to share them and just speak into people's lives and encourage them. And what better time to do it than a quarantine? I mean, we're all stuck at home watching Netflix anyways. So anyways, just wanted to tell you that. And I'm going to be, I don't know when or how often, or if it's going to be live or if it's going to be uploaded. I don't know. But I am initiating things, and it's going to happen. So stay tuned, and thank you. Bye-bye.